Thanks to Corwin Motors for sponsoring the Keeping Score podcast. At Corwin Motors, they're proud to be family-driven for over 100 years. Their commitment goes beyond selling cars. They're dedicated to serving our community and providing you with the highest quality vehicles to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're searching for reliability, style, or comfort, they got you covered. They understand that you rely on their website for accurate and up-to-date information, and it's their promise to deliver relevant, detailed content that meets your needs. So if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet or just want to learn more, visit CorwinMotorsKalispell.com. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. I am Josh Amick. We have a lot of basketball to go over as some teams' seasons ended while others kept their playoff hopes alive. So let's get into this week's highlights that you might have missed. My game of the week was another buzzer-beating game at Flathead, but this time the Braves were on the right side of it. As the game began winding down, Dustin Franchini-White pump-faked his defender and let a three-pointer fly through the net as the buzzer sounded to give the Flathead Braves a 42-40 win over Missoula Hellgate on Thursday. I was at this game on senior night, and Flathead used all 8 players that were seniors, so this game was great to see as a lot of those guys got to end their season and their careers on a high note. It was their first league win of the season and first win in league play in 2 years, also the first for Coach Dan Traeger. In their other matchup on Tuesday, the Braves came out of the gates hot, taking an early 16-8 lead, but fizzled out the rest of the game in their 50-38 loss to Sentinel. Spartans' Lincoln Rogers lit a fire under the team in the second quarter, scoring all 15 of Sentinel's points and outscoring the Braves team by 4 to cut the lead in half heading into the break. The Braves finished their season 3-16 and 1-13 in Western AA games. On girls' senior night on Tuesday, Flathead sophomore Grace Gall carried the team with 24 points until seniors Ava Malman and Maddie Thompson stepped in to seal the win. After being down by as many as 13 points in the second half, the Bravettes stormed back to shock Sentinel Spartans 55-50. Malman scored 8 of her 9 points in the fourth quarter and had the game-sealing steal before Thompson put the game away at the free throw line. Missoula Hellgate defeated Flathead 53-43 Thursday night. Sammy Gallagher led Flathead with 13 points, and Caitlin Converse chipped in 12. The Bravettes finished their season 3-16 as well, and 2-12 in Western AA games. The Glacier boys were on the wrong side of a buzzer beater on Tuesday as Easton Sant lifted Hellgate to a 49-47 win. The contested shot capped a late 10-4 surge by the Knights, who trailed 43-39 after Cooper Pelk scored in the lane for Glacier with 7:15 left in the game. The Wolfpack led much of the second half, but went cold late and lost. The Pack dropped their season finale on Thursday with Lincoln Rogers scoring 17 points and Sentinel teammate Carson Toe adding 13 as the Spartans won 55-40. The Spartans held Glacier to just 17 points in the first half. Cooper Pelk led the way for the Wolfpack with 11 points, while Asher Kanopik tallied 9. The Wolfpack boys finished their season 4-15 overall and 2-12 in league play, which was not good enough to enter the play-in games. The Wolfpack girls took it to the number 1 team in Western AA, but in the end, Hellgate held on. Hellgate took a 61-54 victory Tuesday over Glacier at the Wolf Den as the Wolfpack were trying to secure a spot in the AA play-in games. Reese Ramey led the Wolfpack with 20 points, and Carly Allen added 11. On Thursday's game, Reese Ramey scored a game-high 17 points, and Glacier pulled away from Sentinel in the fourth quarter to claim a victory 65-34. This win put the Wolfpack into the play-in games as the number 5 seed, and they will now play Helena in Capital City on March 6 for a chance to get to the state tournament. Moving on to Class A basketball, Braeden Gunlock took senior night by storm, scoring 28 points and guiding Bigfork to a win over Whitefish 67-13. Peyton Gunlock added 19 points and Kenny Wade tallied 13 for the Valkyries, who took a lead 41-9 at half. Bigfork finished the season 16-2 and undefeated in league play at 14-0. They will play Butte Central at 10:30 a.m. on Thursday as they try to return to that state title game. Austin Savick poured in 25 points to lead 4 Bigfork players in double figures, and the Vikings pulled away to beat Whitefish 69-51 on Tuesday. Jack Lukey added 13 points, and Quinn Herring and Trekker Hickey had 12 points for the Vikings, while Carson Golick's 16 points led the way for Whitefish. These two teams played again Thursday night. Trekker Hickey scored 18 points, and a closing 17-1 run lifted the Vikings to a come-from-behind win 47-45. Will Sisson and Scott Dalen had 13 points each for Whitefish, which ended the season 6-13. The win allowed Bigfork to reach the play-in game and will play against the top-ranked Dillon team 8 p.m. on Thursday at Whitefish. For the Whitefish girls, Alicia Black and Riley Taylor Jefferson scored 9 points each as Polson used a strong first half to beat Whitefish 38-29 in Northwest A girls basketball play-in game on Thursday evening. The Pirates now travel to Browning Saturday at 2 p.m. with the winner clinching the Northwest A number 4 seed. The Bulldogs finished their season with a 5-14 record. Columbia Fall boys on Tuesday had Grady Hutton scoring 20 points and sparking a big second quarter in their win over Polson 59-32. Bjorn Peterson added 15 points and Reggie Sapa chipped in 10 for the Wildcats. Columbia Falls finished as the second seed and will play Butte Central on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Riley Sweeney and Taryn Borgen scored 12 points each for Columbia Falls, and they held Polson to 12 second-half points as the Wildcats picked up a 51-34 win on Tuesday night. They finished the season 10-8 and will now play Hamilton at 3:30 on Thursday. I believe that is all the news I have for you this week on the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors, but make sure you get to Whitefish High School on Thursday to catch all of these games that I mentioned before. I will be there as well to get you the best coverage possible, and good luck to all the teams that are in the playoffs, including the B teams who I will get more coverage to next week because the season is winding down and there's not so many games to cover. So look forward to that on next week. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for the Keep and Score podcast. I'm Josh Amick. We'll see you all next week. Good luck.
A fire that broke out on a cold and dark February morning in 2024 sent the small northwest Montana town of Knoxon reeling. Beginning in the Angry Beaver General Store on Knoxon Avenue, the conflagration would eventually claim a neighboring restaurant and a storied bar. The town had lost 3/4 of its business community by the day's end. 7 months after the fire, people were still wondering, will Knoxon recover? Can it mount a comeback? What will rise from the ashes?
Stream Season 3 of the Daily Interlakes Deep Dive podcast on your favorite audio platform, or catch the 2-part series on our YouTube channel.